Aron Trask is a central character in East of Eden, written by John Steinbeck. Published in 1952, the novel explores generational conflict, morality, and the tension between good and evil through the intertwined lives of two families. Aron Trask is the son of Adam Trask and the twin brother of Cal Trask. He is portrayed as idealistic, morally upright, and innocent, often seen as a good counterpart in contrast to Cal. However, his purity is fragile, rooted in illusion rather than reality. One character story. Aron Trask grows up in Salinas Valley under the care of his father, Adam, and their servant Lee, after his mother, Kathy, abandons a family shortly after his birth. Unlike his twin brother Cal, Aron is shielded from harsh truths about their family history. Adam, perhaps seeking to preserve innocence, allows Aron to believe that their mother is dead, fostering in him a sense of idealized purity. From an early age, Aron is gentle, sensitive, and morally rigid. He excels in school and is admired by those around him, including his father and members of the community. His personality contrasts sharply with Cal's more troubled and introspective nature, reinforcing the perception of Aron as inherently good. Aron forms a romantic relationship with Bacon, whom he idealizes as perfect. He projects onto her an image of purity that aligns with his own self-concept. However, this idealization prevents him from seeing Abra as a complex individual, and when she begins to question his rigid worldview, cracks appear in their relationship. A pivotal turning point occurs when Cal, driven by jealousy and frustration, reveals the truth about their mother, that she is alive and running a brothel. This revelation shatters Aron's carefully constructed illusions. Unable to reconcile his reality with his belief in goodness and purity, Aron experiences a profound psychological collapse. In response, Aron makes the impulsive decision to enlist in the army during World War I, seeking escape from the unbearable truth. His departure signifies not only a physical separation from his family, but also a retreat from reality. Tragically, Aron dies in a war, marking the end of his journey and leaving a lasting impact on those he leaves behind. Aron's life is thus defined by his inability to confront imperfection, both in others and within himself. His story illustrates the consequences of clinging to an idealized vision of the world that cannot withstand the complexity of human nature. Two role in the narrative. Aron Trask serves as a symbolic counterpart to his brother Cal, embodying the theme of duality that runs throughout East of Eden. While Cal struggles openly with moral ambiguity, Aron represents an idealized version of goodness that is ultimately unsustainable. His role in the narrative highlights the dangers of moral absolutism. Aron's rigid belief in purity prevents him from accepting the complexities of human nature, making him vulnerable to disillusionment. Through his character, the novel suggests that denying the existence of evil does not eliminate it, but rather weakens one's ability to it. Aron also functions as a catalyst for key events, particularly in relation to Cal. Cal's feelings of inferiority are intensified by Aron's perceived perfection, driving much of his internal conflict. The revelation of their mother's identity, which leads to Aron's downfall, also marks a turning point for Cal, forcing him to confront the consequences of his actions. 3. Symbolic significance. Aron Trask symbolizes idealized innocence and the human desire for moral perfection. He represents a tendency to divide the world into absolute categories of good and evil, refusing to acknowledge the gray areas in between. His character illustrates how such perspective, while comforting, is ultimately fragile and unsustainable. He also symbolizes denial. Aron constructs a reality in which unpleasant truths are excluded, allowing him to maintain a sense of purity. However, this denial leaves him unprepared for the complexities of life. When confronted with reality, he lacks the resilience to adapt, leading to his emotional and psychological collapse. Additionally, Aron represents the limitations of innocence. Unlike characters who struggle with moral ambiguity and grow from it, Aron remains static. His inability to evolve underscores the novel's message that true moral strength lies not in purity, but in the capacity to confront and navigate imperfection. Through Aron, John Steinbeck likely sought to challenge the notion of inherent goodness as a sufficient moral foundation. By presenting a character who appears virtuous but lacks depth and resilience, Steinbeck emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and the acceptance of human complexity. Aron also serves as a reinterpretation of the Abel figure from the biblical story of Cain and Abel. However, unlike a purely virtuous figure, Aron is portrayed as flawed in his idealism, suggesting a more nuanced understanding of goodness. Readers often view Aron Trask with a mixture of sympathy and frustration. While his innocence and sensitivity make him a sympathetic figure, his rigidity and inability to confront reality can be seen as weaknesses. Many readers interpret him as a tragic character whose downfall is not caused by malice, but by an unsustainable worldview. His story is often regarded as a poignant illustration of the dangers of idealization and denial. For conclusion, Aron Trask is introduced as a gentle and morally upright young man, defined by his idealism and belief in purity. This concise identity shapes his interactions and ultimately determines his fate, as he struggles to reconcile his ideals with reality. Symbolically, Aron represents a fragility of innocence and the dangers of denying complexity. His life demonstrates that an uncompromising vision of goodness, while appealing, cannot endure in a world marked by imperfection. Through his character, the novel emphasizes the necessity of acknowledging both good and evil within human nature. Readers generally regard Aron as a tragic figure whose downfall evokes both sympathy and reflection. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the limits of idealism and the importance of resilience. In the broader context of East of Eden, Aron's journey reinforces the novel's exploration of moral choice, highlighting that true strength lies not in purity but in the ability to face reality with understanding and compassion.